Hello, this is H.G. Bailey, and welcome back to Let's Play Breath of Fire! Last time, we got the sphere for Gobi there. Actually, let's take a look at that. You basically have it there. We can become a big fish now with Gobi as long as he's in the front of our party. You cannot do it with the Shin fusion ability. So you have to be defused and press the A button, and we can go anywhere we want on the world map now. Or, well, the underworld map. The underwater map. But really, you mostly need it just to get across this chasm here, and then you can move along. There's an island to the northeast in the underwater area, but you can't really do a whole lot because there's a bunch of rocks blocking your way, so oh well. There's another cave if you go southeast there, but again, nothing we can really do there right now, just some frogs. Let's go over here first, though. See what we got. Ooh, a new town. Oh yeah, we also got New World map music now that we got Blue in our party. Actually, technically, I don't think it changes until after that boss fight that we just had there, so oh well. What's with this place? Well, this is the town, or city, of Tland, and pretty much almost everyone here speaks the language of music. Literally. And we can't really do a whole lot here for now, so if only there were an item that would allow us to communicate with them. Sadly, we don't have any item like that. Guru, what does CT stand for? I can't even fathom what that's an abbreviation for. But anyway, we do want to get that for Blue there, and we also want to get a mist robe for Nina there. So that's pretty much, well, one of the reasons why I decided to come here. There's a few things we can do. I'm just going to leave Gobi in the lead for right now. It's always a bigger fish. Let's see, I'm looking for someone around here. I forget which house they're in. No? Oh, okay, now I remember where they are. There's some other shops around here if you like. Fortunately, they're not all people who sing the language of music, but what's Nina doing here? She's in my party still? What's going on? Huh. And she's changed her outfit for some reason. Is she like a long-lost sister? Oh, really? Huh. Maybe she's an angel or something. Oh, okay. But, huh. How can there be two Ninas? Double your pleasure, double your fun, I guess. Well, remember that for later. It's not really relevant right now. But there is one thing I do want to do here. Well, one other thing I want to do here. Yeah, don't get this place mixed up with Tuntar, that village that was destroyed by the stone robot earlier. Yeah, that probably wasn't a good idea to name two villages starting with T-U-N, but oh well. But anyway, let's go over here. Now, if you try to get that upper right chest, there's a pitfall there, and, well, you won't be able to get anything. But if you go over here instead, you'll fall down a different pit instead, and you'll be able to get some good stuff. So, let's check it out. Huh? Oh, okay, I'll check it out then. Well, it's nice to see not everyone speaks music around here, but if you move this box, you can get the Rod 5, which is the best fishing rod in the game. I wonder what is exactly the difference between all those fishing rods. I mean, there's 4 of them, and for some reason they skipped Rod 3. There is no Rod 3 in the game, to my knowledge. So, I don't know. I don't get it. But I do know that the Rod 5 is the best rod in the game, and from what I've heard, you pretty much need it in order to get some really good stuff from fishing. So, I don't know exactly what causes that, but it's there. So, let's head on to the next village, where we need to go to advance the plot. I guess we're just expected to explore and find where the next plot advancement point is. That's kind of how JRPGs were back in the day. You didn't really get as much direction in the plot as you do nowadays. They just kind of figured, well, go exploring and, well, you figure it out. Oh, crap, I've got Gobi in my party. No. You go with Ryu. Ryu. It's been a while since I've had to switch party members out. Let's see, this guy is weak to fire! So let's use our fireball attack. Well, Karn's still good. I had to fuse him since I really don't need Gobi anymore. I'm trying to remember if I ever need to do anything underwater. Again. Maybe eventually. Okay, you know what? I'll just leave it alone for now. I'll fuse later. No more fusion hot today. So let's see. The only reason why I really want to get to this village... Game? Yeah, the only reason why I want to go here is just to pick it up on my warp list because, well, that's where you're going to need to go to progress with the plot. But for right now, let's move along then. Or let's do some backtracking first. Let's see. I want to go to a rod and put the fishing rod to use. And you know what? I'm going to use one of my marble frees, so that way I don't have to fight relatively weak enemies around here that aren't really worth it. And you get to see Karn following me for a little while, I guess. I heard that in the original Breath of Fire, in the Japanese version, he actually had more like purple skin or something. Kind of weird. I mean, it was pretty obvious he was not human. So, yeah, pretty much no one in this game is human. I don't know why they changed that. But anyway, we want to go down here. Okay, now what I want to do is bring the Rod 5 down here, because that's pretty much where I'm going to use it. Okay, let's go to Ryu. I think he's the only one who can fish, if I recall correctly. And get the Worm 2, Rod 5, and let's go fishing in a well. I don't know why we couldn't just climb down the well and get back up, but whatever works for it. And for fishing here, we get the dragon helmet. So, alright. Give that to Ryu. Yeah, look at that defense boost. And it's better for his action stat. Let's see, there's a couple other wells we can go to, so let's head on over to Tantar. Tartar sauce? No. Not a fan of tartar sauce, I'll be honest with you. Actually, in general, I'm not really a fan of many kind of sauces. Spaghetti sauce, pizza sauce, A1 sauce. Those are all pretty good. Okay, I guess I am kind of a fan of sauces. But there's some that just don't like. So, oh well. Anyway, here's another well that we passed up earlier. So let's go fishing. And we get a slab. Do we use it to talk to the Lufenians? No, that's another game. But if you use it here, what's it saying? I wonder what they mean by that. Well, it's referring to the cave where we got the, the water jar, or where we took the water jar to fill it up. But, well, we still can't do anything there right now anyway. So, I figured I'd just make it daylight. I don't know if it has to be for this part, but you can if you want. Let's head on back to Orion. There's something new that we can do here. Now, remember way earlier in the game when I was trying to get all that gold, and there was that naughty old man who wanted Nina to heal his back and give him a puff massage? You know what I mean, dude? Well, now that we have Blue in our party, we can do it again. So let's talk to him. Hey, how's it going? Oh, okay. Blue, you get in the lead there. Okay, sure, why not? Sounds like a great idea, except that she's not a healer. Now with Nina, I could remotely understand how they thought that that was an innocent little joke. Because, I mean, well, she's obviously a healer, so I could at least remotely understand how it's not meant to be dirty. Here, there is no excuse. Blue is not a healer. So, I don't know where they got that idea. I think something else is going on. maybe I'm not as pure and innocent as I claim to be. I mean, I think I am, but whatever. Okay, so let's get out of here then, and there's one more item I want to go fishing for. Let's see, we gotta go back to Romero for that one, so let's head on over there then. Oh yeah, Blue does have the warp spell too. Remember that for later viewers. Let's see, Romero. I figured I'd just do all this walking on screen, because, well, if I don't, it'd be kind of tricky for me to show you how to get there, so... Let's see, for this game? It's the game's fault, not mine, that I'm walking around like a drunk. But anyway, for this part, let's switch you for Bo, and put Bo in the lead, because I'm going to need him to go through the trees. Just like the temple guards, they can just come out of the trees. In the dark forest. Okay, so to get this well, let's go around here. Yeah, you can just go right through them. You could have gone here earlier in the game. As a matter of fact, someone actually requested that I do this, but, well, I don't think it's really that important. But there's some really tough enemies that you could have met up with here way earlier in the game if you wanted to. The enemies around that town that I just briefly stopped off at. The name of the town is Gust, by the way, just so you know that. But anyway, now that we've made it here, let's put Ryu's fishing talents to use. And for fishing here, we get the Mighty Dragon Sword. Not that it's really that good, but well, I guess we're going to go check it out. Yeah, it's got better attack power, but I just like the boomerang against random battles for large groups of enemies, and for bosses, I like using his summon spell, so you really don't need it for actually using it, but there is another use that I have for it. So let's... where do I want to warp to? I want to warp to Gant there. Now what I want to do is I want to get back to that Dark Dragon Fortress that we were at, the one where we rescued Ox from, or not Ox, Ox's clanmates from. And yeah, I'll just meet you out the exit there. Okay, we're back. For those who don't remember, that fortress there is west of Prima there. It's northwest, but you gotta go northwest to get to the beach there, and then walk around to get through here again. So, there is one thing I want to show you guys over here. I do want to go back to Nabal while we're while we're in the area. That's why I didn't go back there earlier, in order to get some of the treasures that we could get there, but not on the first trip, obviously. So, these guys, not much elemental weakness that I can really take advantage of, so... yeah, remember when the enemies used that on me? Now it's your turn! Ha ha ha! Ooh, a bird. You know, I want to get that bird. I wasn't planning on it, and I'll let the episode run a little long, but I do want that bird. Okay, let's use a marble 3 for this occasion. I don't care. Let's kind of draw it out. Come on a little closer. Haha! What do we get? White meat. What does that even do? I have no idea, viewers. I have never gotten one of those, like, ever in all the years that I've played this game. Oh, okay. I wonder if that restores all HP. I don't know. I've never gotten that one, ever, before. Huh. Well, that's how you get a bird. You pretty much need to have a marble 3 and, what is it? The Shin Fusion. I heard that bow can't shoot fast enough to catch it, but I don't know. I could be wrong on that. So, oh, right. Yeah, I need to switch my party members around. Okay, how's it going? Okay, let's do it. Well, let's grab some treasure first. How are you doing there, Ryu, on your health? Yeah, we're doing good enough. But yeah, the Marble 2 is, I think, exactly the same as Marble 1. I don't know why they made a difference between them. So, okay, well, let's do it! Get more dragon powers. for boss time against, well, we'll find out. A flaming bird. Kind of looks like Shadow from Illusion of Gaia, except, well, it's a bird. So, let's see, let's use that marble too. Might as well get it out of the way. Bane himself. I'd make a Dark Knight Rises joke, but I have almost no knowledge of Bane from the comics, and I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know. I mean, all I know is that, like, he's the guy who broke Batman's back in that one comic or something, right? Like, back in the 90s? I don't know. I don't really read comics, so I wouldn't know. Not anymore. And even when I did, I wasn't really that hardcore. So, I'm just not part of that nerd subculture. I'm happy to be part of the video game nerdy subculture, and maybe the Magic the Gathering nerdy subculture when I played that game for a little while. But nowadays, I just play video games. Okay, one more ought to do. Finish him! Yeah, so Thunder Dragon, you use Marble 1s, and that's pretty much all you need. So, I look forward to completing your training. So, what do we get for defeating that one? Well, let's check it out. Sounds like a plan. You could have just given them to me, but, well, thanks anyway. Let's see what we got here. We got the Ice Dragon, Fire, Bolt. They're basically more powerful versions of the previous ones. Then we also got the Gold Dragon, which is actually more powerful than the other ones, but it only works against undead enemies. So you'll pretty much never use it, because I don't think there's any more undead bosses in the remainder of the game. So, yeah. Oh well. But which of Jade's lieutenants will we end up fighting first? Find out next time on Let's Play Breath of Fire! This is HC Beta, signing off. Have a good day!